Right, so welcome once again to Hecate's Dungeon Gaiden. Alex will be dungeon mastering this evening, so I will hand over to him.
Indeed, yeah, we're back in Taravingia, the Ash Continent, so named for its dark grey sandy beaches. And in fact, I'll hand over to anyone who wants to pick up and explain what happened last time.
Oh, we went into I still can't remember the name of that forest.
The Veil of Sadness.
It's not the Forest of Sadness, it's the Veil of Sadness. And amazingly, we managed to come out, but we failed to achieve anything because we didn't apprehend Russell the Trickster.
No, we achieved something.
It turned out she was quite tricky. I mean, honestly...
who expects a rogue to be so tricky?
Yeah, I know. A tricky trickster? What is this?
We achieved something.
What are we coming to?
We did save some starving guards.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, we saved, starving guards and starving prisoners, tons of them. So.
And rescued Gilly from a tree.
Yeah, that's true, we did.
Gained a new party member. Yeah. Gilly Teely.
Oh, man.
So,
Indeed.
Yeah, so now we're in, we've just collected the reward, and Tell, as my character, has just told everyone not to question why she knows it, but that they all have to go and try to rescue some guards they met earlier that day who were going to do an envoy to the fish people. That they have to rescue them. And she's being kind of cagey about why.
And the people at the court are saying you're being ridiculous. They've hardly been gone half a day. Yeah.
And the party is tired. Well, kind of, anyway.
That certainly does seem to be true. And also, one other thing that happened was that Digard got the letter back that he's supposed to deliver to Wattage Bramsonicus.
Yes, he did.
And Tell's longest day continues. Very true.
Okay.
So, okay, can we switch over to Roll20, the window?
Hi. We are over.
Cool.
Okay.
So yes.
In Fenshold.
Here we are, yep, in Fenshold. Came back from the Veil of Sadness. And we will return to where you currently are, in the inner court of Fenshold. Huzzah!
Yeah.
Hada!
So you just got done talking with the Baron, who had assigned one of the guards, who, I don't think, he just said Miss Wainwright.
Sounds about right.
Assigned her to take you to Wattage's tower, I believe.
All right.
So, what would you like to do?
If it's on the way, I guess we can spend some time at this guy's tower. But I really want to get to those guards. I'm worried about them.
Well, I suppose we don't have a minute to rest, do we?
Story of my life.
I'd imagine that you're kind of walking out of the course at this point, yeah. So now we get to go into the land of imagination as you walk out of the inner court into the stone courtyard outside. Being accompanied by this guard who's been basically assigned to you. She kind of sighs and goes, so what's your deal then?
What do you mean, what's my deal?
Well, look at you. We've got one of you wrapped in scarves, one of you is a bird. I don't know what's going on with the rest of you. Begging your pardon, sir, she says to Digard.
The scarf thing, yeah. Okay, so, you know when people find out you like a thing, and then every time you have a birthday, or any time anyone wants you to buy a present, they always buy that thing after they've found out that you like it. Well, you know, that happens. I don't want to disappoint anyone by not wearing the scarf that they got me. And then I just ended up as Scarf Lady. And now everything anyone ever buys me is just bloody scarves. But they're really pretty. And so now I'm Scarf Lady. And that's my thing.
Gilly makes a mental note to buy Tell a scarf for her birthday.
Bran just wonders, doesn't that get too toasty at some point?
Does he wonder this aloud or to himself?
No, it's just to himself. It's just to himself.
Right. So yeah, as he passed by the guards guarding the doors here, they just go, "Yeah, good luck, giant killer." Hey, like that, kind of just making fun of this guard who's gone out with you. She just grimaces and keeps walking.
So, what's your deal then? Whoa, giant killer.
Yeah. I've been hearing it for months. My name's Trudy Wainwright. They call me Giant Killer.
Said
Oh.
Kind of giant. Whoa.
Bragg gone wrong, or did you actually manage to do that?
No, I killed a giant.
Oh, very nice.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. It's only a hill giant, but yeah, they won't let me forget it now.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but I'm really short,
what do we
so
do?
that's like killing a really big giant to me.
Yeah, I can see
That's
how
really
that
cool.
would be. Yeah, double giant. Yeah. Anyway, what we do?
All right.
Well.
Shall we go and see this? What was his name? Voltage?
Yes. Wattage Brimsonicus, I believe. I
Right,
saw the letter.
right, that one.
Yes.
Her name is Wattage. Yes.
Yes.
We're going out that way. All right.
All right. On our way we will go.
Sweet.
So yeah, you saw the tower on the way into Fensold. It's out to the northeast of the town. It's not too far away. You can get there on foot pretty easily. It's at the top of a hill out there.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so it takes you less than half an hour to walk up there. And I guess we'll just go back over to the map here for this, because I don't have a specific map for Wattage's tower. Anyway, yeah. You spend some time walking out of the town, across just some plains, grassy plains, up this hill to this, what appears to be about a 4-story wizard's tower. As you draw closer, you can see that the stone on the outside is carved to resemble, it shows scenes of naval battles with ships on fire and being struck by lightning, that kind of thing.
Ooh,
That's pretty
never
metal.
seen a wizard's tower before.
I've been trying to find one of
you
these.
get used to it, but yeah, first time you see it, it's pretty impressive, I suppose.
Ah, what's with the naval theme? Guess I'd never
Oh.
thought about wizards going to sea.
Well, I suppose if you want a history lesson, it's to do with the Pythene War. It's where Wattage became famous. Baron Cortland too. They were both war mages together.
Huh.
Yeah, sinking Pythene ships, defending Rallyport, all that.
Pirate majors.
Well, I mean, if half of the place is the sea here, we've got quite a ways to go across. I've never quite been nearby it myself, but I'd assume there's a lot of ways that mages can be influential in the waters, at least. It's not just clerics, you know?
Yeah, clerics.
Yes.
Wouldn't really know anything about that.
Yeah.
I guess not.
At this point, Trudy has approached the door, and you hear her mutter some word under her breath, and the doors just open automatically.
Oh, that's really cool. I want a house that does that.
Do you step inside? I
don't trust doors that just open on their own. I'm gonna check for traps.
Brand's just
Okay,
gonna walk
go
in
ahead
because
then.
he's pretty sure he knows what this is.
Brand
Yeah,
just walks
Gilly
right
just
in, but you
follows.
can also check for traps at the same time, so I'll go ahead and make an
So
investigation.
Right.
that as he walks
This
through
is-
the door and sets off the trap, I'll be like, "Oh, by the way."
I tried, guys. Okay, well, perception works as well.
I'm sorry,
No,
is it investigation?
it doesn't matter. Perception's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't notice anything. There doesn't seem to be any kind of wards or anything inside the doorway.
Brand
What you
just-
see on the inside is a kind of receiving room. It's clear that any business that Wattage has to do with the townsfolk, she does down in this lowest level of the tower. There's a broad kind of desk with a high back chair behind it, and shelves all around the room, full of various arcane paraphernalia,
Ooh.
which you can't really make out too well, most of you, except that is a 22 on perception. So I'll say that, Tell, you notice a few interesting things. There's things like there's an orb, a glass orb, inside a bell jar that seems to be perpetually burning.
Ooh.
You also see a different kind of glass ball, like a snow globe, that contains a very intricately detailed city inside.
Oh.
You see a skeleton of some kind of bird wired together and perched on one of the shelves. Yeah, all sorts of arcane weirdness.
Oh. Okay, my advice, don't touch anything.
Brand is
Especially
delighted.
you, Starkey. I'm looking at you.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna just gesture with my fingers, like eyeball to eyeball, looking at you.
Excuse me, I came prepared for this kind of thing, I'll have you know.
Okay,
So
did you
as you're
come
saying this-
prepared with like
Alright.
oven mitts or something?
I mean, considering none of this is my stuff, I'm not about to just go, like, manhandling everything in the room.
Alright.
That's kind of rude.
Alright, I just don't trust any of this magical crap, okay?
Well, as you say.
As you're saying this, a figure comes walking down the stairs. Your first impression is that she was probably an extremely beautiful woman in her youth, but is faded a little over the years. She is fairly old, slightly hunched over, walking with the aid of a staff down these stairs. It is quite an impressive brass wizard staff with a kind of hexagonal top to it. She comes down the stairs going, "What are you doing here this time of night? Visitors who... Miss Wainwright, Trudy, it's good to see you, I suppose, but who are you bringing with you at this time?" And yeah, the sun has been going down at this point.
Ah,
It's almost...
Not pay attention to the time.
Oh boy.
well, business before pleasure.
Of course.
Business? Business I hate most in the evenings. I am Voltage Ramsonicus, and who are you?
Brand is just gonna gesture to Digger. You go first.
Yes.
You're the one with the letter.
Diggard steps forward past Brandon and says, I'm Diggard Snagglethorn. I hail from a different sector of this land, and I've come with an urgent message for you. This would be my entourage, so they'll just be here with me.
Entourage, you say? A letter? Okay, let me see your letter.
He reaches into his bag and pulls it out to hand over.
Very
Making sure
good,
that it's
okay.
still sealed. Yeah.
Yep, it is indeed still sealed. It doesn't seem to have been tampered with in any way. So she takes the letter, breaks the seal quite roughly, just, with a frustrated kind of, starts reading this thing, and just is muttering to herself as she reads, Oh, so they think they can still order me around after all these years. Well, we'll see about that and that kind of thing. She finishes reading and says to you, Diggard, "So you come from your masters on the Sorving Quarter of Battlebridge?
Yes, that is right, madam.
Well, you can tell them they can't order me around like they used to.
Excuse me?
That's my message back to them."
Maybe
Can you
you
hear me,
should
boy?
get that in
I said
writing.
Yeah, I feel like that
You
would.
understand?
Yes.
Well, we've had our business then, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Whatever was in that letter has been successfully delivered.
I guess we ought to move on to other things, but I guess, well, while we're here, and Bryn just gives Tell a pat on the shoulder, why don't you see if you can ask a few questions? Because I don't know anything about this area, but a great wizard probably knows a few things about how to, say, maybe get us out of a possible fishy jam we're about to get into.
Fishy
Right.
jam.
Yes. So, have you noticed any natural disasters lately? That is, begging your pardon, ma'am. Sorry for the interruption this late at night.
She had conjured a cup of tea and now goes, "Pfft," as you say, natural disasters. Natural disasters?
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Earthquakes, tidal waves, that kind of thing. Anything strange weather, portents of doom, birds dropping dead out the sky, plagues of locusts, firstborn children dying. That kind of thing. Just asking out of curiosity.
You Rather strange. Um, you come to
Yeah.
my house at this time of night and start talking about what natural disasters? There are no earthquakes here. What? I must confess to being a little confused. Especially, you seem to have a birdman there. What's his deal?
He is a man and also a bird. That is his deal. He is a birdman.
Birdman. Ah.
Oh yeah, the bird guy. The thing was that he was in trouble, and we decided to give him a job because we're equal opportunities. Like that guy's like almost on fire like all the time, and like
Uh-huh.
yeah. So you know, it's I've got a soft spot for people in trouble, I guess.
Predictably,
Well, then go and
Brand's.
find some.
Oh, go ahead. Brand's just gotten distracted by the flaming orb.
Yeah, she notices you staring at it and says, "Oh, I see that has your attention, eh?
What?
You're interested in the orb?
Yes, interest. Yeah, what is it?
It is a secret."
Well, yes. I guess that is the meaning of the arcane, isn't it? To be secrets. Just going
She
to.
stares at you.
He just clears his throat and just sort of sidesteps onto the next not fire thing.
All right, so
See.
no natural disasters or portents of doom. That is
No.
good, very good, very good. There's absolutely no need to panic. You're up a hill here, so you're probably all right. So anyway, fishmen. I hear there have been problems lately with the fishmen, and flooding metaphors, that kind of thing. Possibly fishmen are the problem. So, do you know anything about fishmen?
Oh, yes, I know a lot about the fishmen. And yes, I heard about the attack on the town just yesterday. I hope it does not come to war again. You know about the war we had with them a few years ago?
No, sorry, I'm not from around here. Could you fill me in, please?
Right. Yes, they came up out of the ground a few years ago. We had a short-lived war, and then Baron Cortland managed to make peace with their ruler. They're not exactly a queen. They call her a Gilha.
Gilha.
Yes, that's their name for it. They're a strange bunch. I'm not entirely sure even where they come from. Yes. But anyway, yes. Nowadays they stick to their little cavern under the ground. It was a funny end to the war. Cortland managed to convince them to stop their aggression on the town by giving them a god of all things.
A god.
Yes, you've seen Delethor in the town.
Yes.
Fensold is the town of Delethor. Well, now the fishermen worship Delethor as well. It all worked out well in the end.
Oh, so I suppose he introduced the fishmen to capitalism. Well, that's one way to do it.
It seemed to work, until now.
Gods. It's always gods, isn't it? All right. But, okay, so supposing hypothetically some people who had gone to speak with the fishmen hadn't come back, how much danger would you say they were in?
Mortal danger?
Right, okay, guys. It's been great. It's been really nice. Let's let this lady go back to her tea and her bed, and let's go and save some guards.
I want tea.
That bird squawk gets me every time. I love it a lot. Brand pauses for a second and says, well, that's all great and everything, but, well, first off, I guess we need a direction. I guess we could ask for directions from our friend here, but is there any way we might, petition for a bit of aid, possibly in something we can bring along, since we're not sure what we're getting into, really?
Trudy behind you says, well, I can lead you out there. I've been assigned to you.
The directions are nice, but I was wondering if the madame here might have something that would be effective against fish people that she wouldn't mind, possibly lending to us.
So, are you trying to tell me that you come into my house at this time of night, unannounced, ask my advice, bother me while I'm trying to have my dinner, and then expect me to give you items to help you kill some fish people?
It's not an expectation per se, but I was wondering if, someone of your caliber might be able to help someone who is significantly less,
Someone of my caliber is very tired and would appreciate it if you'd go back to where you came from.
Well, that's fair, I guess.
Very sorry to bother you, ma'am. I will take my very inconsiderate companion out of here now.
It is very interesting to meet you.
Yeah, that's a
Digger
lot.
sort of just gives a little bow and says, I apologize for their antics, but really thank you, and I'll be sure to send your message along.
Yes, do that. And remember, a very emphatic no.
Right.
Just put some extra O's on the end of it. Like,
Oh.
Is that with 5 or
no.
6 exclamation points?
Go with 6.
I'll just if you let me accompany you, I can just make that no rather large. And he just waves a hand and makes like a small noise with like the prestidigitation. Or I think it was prestidigitation. Nope, minor illusion. Okay.
Yeah.
All these
Nice.
cantrips.
Okay.
She just raises an eyebrow at this.
Sorry, just demonstration's sake for how emphatic the no will be. We can.
I'm just gonna drag him out the door by the collar.
It's like we can go now. He was already starting to head out.
It's not annoy the really powerful wizard.
As Gilly leaves, she kind of looks around to see if there might be anything that she can kind of swipe from the shelves.
Ooh.
With what is looking right at you, there are various things around that you could probably attempt to pocket, but what is looking right at you.
So there's a disadvantage.
Nearest to the door, there is a quill that is seems to be oversized. It's a huge feather that's wrapped in snakeskin as a grip.
Oh. Do not desist.
Would it be possible to potentially, with very slippery hands, take it?
It's up to you.
We're gonna die before we reach the fish people.
To quote the greats, you can certainly try.
Go on then, let's try it. Let's try it.
Okay,
No.
go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Oh my god, we're all dead.
Oh.
Okay.
She's not affiliated with us.
What
No.
happens is you get the quill halfway into your clothes, and suddenly there is a blur of movement. Wattage was standing quite close to you. In a single movement, she drops the tea on the ground, and the staff that she's carrying appears to kind of move of its own accord.
Oh no,
And
snake.
she rolled a natural 19 on her attack roll. The staff smashes into your wrist quite hard. It's a strength that you wouldn't have expected from this old woman. It was almost as if the staff dragged her rather than the other way around.
I wasn't taking it. I was going to put it back. I was just curious as to its featheriness. I was just testing out the weight. Very fine and palatable.
You're an experienced calligraphist, I see.
She pulled the blow a little bit, but that still hurt a great deal. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage,
Whoa.
my god.
which you think you might have
Broken
cracked a
your
bone there. Yeah. This
I don't think
brass
we're
staff
supposed to bend
smashes
that
into your
way.
wrist.
Rip.
And she looks at you furious. She goes, "What exactly do you think you're doing with that?"
I was seeing if it matched my outfit. It does. But I'm going to put it back now, because that is the decent thing to do.
You say with tears in your eyes.
Gingerly puts it back on the shelf.
That's what I thought. Good evening.
Diggood places a hand on Gilly's back and says, "Come along now." Sort of annoyed, trying to push her out the door, like, "Please, do not steal anything else. We don't need more trouble."
Gilly kind of like meekly saunters out, just kind of cradling a wrist and giving little sniffles.
Oh no!
Okay, you leave, and the doors automatically shut behind you. And as you leave, you find that somebody was standing behind you.
Oh boy!
Yeah,
Whoa.
there's a young woman standing there who grins sheepishly at Trudy, and says, "I'm going with you."
Excuse?
Name, please.
Miss
Trudy-
Wainwright, do you know this? This young
Trudy
lady?
says, "Yeah, hello, Trish. This is Wattage's daughter."
Oh,
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 Hi.
well then.
hello.
hi.
"Hello," she says. She seems bright and chirpy. She's fairly young, in her 20s,
Hmm,
early 20s.
okay. Well, I don't see why not, although, I'm a little
Trudy
concerned. We
thinks
are
she could-
going into a dangerous situation here, just so you know.
Oh, I can get away easily enough. Trudy thinks she can lead you down there, but she'd be better off with me at her side, wouldn't you, Trudy? You look at Trudy, and she's kind of blushing a little bit.
Uh,
Oh.
well-
Oh.
Well then.
All right, then.
well, as long as you don't cause any more trouble for us, I suppose you could join.
I think we've already invited plenty of
Puts
trouble.
a hand on her hip and says, "Yeah, I think you're making enough trouble for yourselves."
Yeah, I was about to say, is there
Sort of a
any...
shrug. I mean,
Tell is just glaring at Gilly, although it's just like directional stare of just this visor and a bunch of scarves.
The scarves
What are you
puff up.
thinking?
yeah, that hand is still on her back, sort of like scrunching the cloth.
And Brent is sort of like, well, thank you for the assistance. Is there a particular reason, or are you just, hoping to see something new?
No reason. I've got
Oh,
nothing better to do.
well, wonderful. I guess off we go.
Trudy, kind of slightly sheepishly now, says, right, I suppose we can get some horses back at the town."
That's probably a good idea. The guards were on horses, so I assume.
It's quite a ride. You sure you want to go tonight?
They're in mortal danger. We can't just leave them there.
You really think they're in mortal danger? They've been gone, what, 8 hours? 9?
That's...
All right,
That's a
well, I'm
long
assigned
time.
to you. Whatever you want to do.
Well, what do the rest of you think?
I mean,
I'm just
personally...
I want to go to bed.
I want to go to bed. Sorry.
I personally think that a little rest would do us some good.
Yes.
Maybe we'll point out. I mean, we did just kind of escape from this place that was meant to be non-escapable, so,
Yes. I mean, it would be nice to have some time to possibly gather myself, just in case, but if it's a rush, I guess.
I don't know what to do. I can't drag the rest of you into danger.
Well,
Just gonna sort of look at the sky for a minute, but there's nothing there. There's no sign, so
Nope.
Nope.
I'm low on supplies and I'm low on resources. I need to rest. It's in your
Yep.
hands now, and I'm going to go back to town.
Okay.
right. Well, good.
So what's the verdict? You're spending the night at town, or you're going straight out to the
Yeah.
fish chasm?
I
Okay.
think we heard there was an
Yeah.
inn called the Bronze Loot.
Yep. As you go back to the town, Trish pouts and says, "Okay, well, I'll see you in the morning then."
Sorry.
And she
We'll see you in
walks
the
around the back
morning.
of the tower out of sight. So yeah, you head back to the town with Trudy, and she says on the way, "Yeah, there are a few inns in the town. It depends on how much you want to spend. If you're the rich type, you could stay at the Ruby Well. Or, yeah, there's the bronze loot, or if you want to go a little bit cheaper, goes to where the guards go. That's the Shinniwag.
Rich. Well, I certainly wish I was.
Which one's a nice quiet one to get a good sleep?